Hey everyone! Thanks so much for joining us today for our live demo. While everyone trickles in, I'm just going to kick us off with a quick introduction. My name is Beth. I usually host these live demos once a month. I am a senior account and marketing manager here at Octane AI, and today I'm joined by a familiar face if you've been here before, Ariel from our customer support team. He is here to talk you through our newest feature that we just launched right before the holidays, which is Points Quiz. So this has been something we have been asked about and has been requested over long periods of time, and we finally have it, and we're super excited to show you how to use it, show you different use cases, give you examples, and of course answer any questions that you guys have. So please feel free to use the Q&A box in this webinar to ask any questions. I'll be monitoring that throughout the actual demo, and then at the end, Ariel and myself can answer any questions that come up. So do not hesitate to ask any and all questions. So with that being said, I'm going to just kick it right on over to Ariel to get started.
Thank you, Beth. Hello, everyone. It's nice seeing you all here. And as Beth mentioned, don't hesitate to shoot any questions you may have in our Q&A box at the bottom. Make sure that you ask the questions on the Q&A section and not on the chat, as we may miss those. And we want to make sure that all the questions that are answered. All right, so let's get started. Let me share my screen. All right, great. Let's get started. So our points quiz, as Beth mentioned, was one of our most requested features, and we're happy to say that it's live and it's working really well. I'm excited to show you these examples I have here. So for the first one, we are going to go with a simple personality quiz. So for this quiz, you have 3 different personalities that the customer can get: a dog, a cat, and a fish. Those are the animal personalities. And at the end, we have some good-looking HTML here as well to display the scores. And let's go over everything. So the way that this quiz is going to work is that we have 4 questions, each one with 3 possible answers. And these answers refer to each animal personality. So the first one is dog, the second one is cat, and the third one is fish. And at the end, the highest scoring one will be the one shown to the customer. If we go over here to our points tab, we can see how this is set up. So we have 3 different dimensions. The dimensions are like the categories for each type of score. So we have the dog score, the cat score, and the fish score. These are the 3 dimensions we set up. And as you can see, each answer counts toward 1 point toward each dimension. So these are our 4 questions. They're all set up in the same way. And they're set up in this really simple way, but you can really do a lot with this. You can make it so that this answer counts 10 points toward dog, or this one counts 10, and this one counts 5. You can really mix and match here, but for this example, let's just go with the simple one. And once we preview the quiz, I have to save. We can see how this works in practice. So let's get the dog score. So we are going to go with 2 dog answers, 1 cat, and 1 fish. At the end, we can see that we have the dog personality as expected, and we have here the total scores. I'm going to explain how everything works. So once we have all our points set up, all our dimensions set up, we can also go here to the preview tab, and we can preview the quiz without having to go through the whole quiz. So if we pick the same answers that we selected, we can see here that the dog dimension got 2 points, cat got 1, and fish got 1. We can change this up like this, then fish gets 2, dog gets 2, and so on. This is really useful so that you don't have to preview your entire quiz. If you have a very long quiz or a quiz with many questions with mandatory opt-ins, this will really be useful to get an idea of how the scoring is going to work. And now that we have set up all the points, how do we use them in the quiz? So what we do is that the points can be added to the logic of any results page, any product blocks, or any products. So you really have a lot of flexibility when it comes to using points. In this case, we only have 1 results page, and the logic is set up, the points are set up on the product block level. In this case, it's a content block since we're not recommending any products with this quiz. So if we go here to the logic, we can see that it's using the is highest. Let me do this from scratch so that I can show you. We have here the logic, add rules, and then we can select quiz points here. And once we do, let's go with dog, and we have different types of operators here. Let's go with the is highest one, which is the simplest one to understand at first. Then I'm going to show you the other ones in the other examples. So let's click on add rule. And as you can see, we have dog is highest. Then for the cat, we have the same thing, cat is highest and fish is highest. The way that the is highest operator works is that it's going to show the element on the same layer. So in this layer, it's the product block layer. It's going to show the element that has the highest score. So let's say that dog gets true, cat gets 1, and fish gets 1. Dog is highest, is going to show dog. You can also mix this with other layers. So let's say, for instance, you have 3 results pages, and inside each results page, you have 3 product blocks, and inside each product block, you have 3 products. You can make it so that each one has an is highest. Then it's going to show the results page that has the highest score, then the product block inside that results page that has the highest score, then the product inside that product block inside that results page that has the highest score. So in this case, if we test our quiz again, we can, let's get the fish personality, fish. And as expected, we got the fish personality and we also have the scores here. Now I'm going to show you how to use the scores inside the HTML blocks, which the scores, once you have set up the points and the dimensions, you can use them inside the HTML blocks. In this case, you can see here, you use this double bracket syntax inside your HTML block or inside the text block. It can also be, and it's going to show you how many points you got. You just need to copy the dimension name exactly as it is. It's not case sensitive, so you can do it. You can capitalize it or you can keep it in lowercase, and you just put it like this on your HTML block and it's going to work. You can create this with our HTML AI agent, and you can also insert it into text blocks. And another cool little trick that we have is to show the total of all points. So in this case, let's say that you got 2 points for dog, 1 for cat, and 1 for fish. So that's 4 points in total. If you use the syntax underscore points underscore total, you will be shown the total amount of all points of all dimensions in the end. So just to show you that again, let's go with dog. And we can see 4 for dog and 4 total. If you go with 2, 1, 1, it'll always be 4 here because it's the total sum of all the dimensions that were scored. So yeah, that's our first example. I wanted to show you how to set up the points, how to use them in logic, and how the is highest operator works. Now let's go with a second example. So this is a quiz to sell an energy boosting supplement. So we have 2 different results page. This time the logic is set up on the results page level. It's not set up on the product block or on the product level. And if you have a bad health score over or equal to 6, then you'll be recommended the supplement. If you have a good health score, so under 6, you get a big thumbs up. You have good health. So the way that this dimension is set up is that you only have 1 dimension, and this dimension gets different scores, different points depending on your answers. So you have the first answer that is worth 0 points. So that means you actually have good health. Then 1 point and 2 points. So depending on how bad your answer for this one was, you get 1 or 2 points. And once we take the quiz, let's refresh this so that we don't need to save. And let's preview it. So first, let's get the good health score. So good energy level, sleep a lot, no caffeine, no energy slump in the morning, very active. Then we get this nifty loading page. And we get the thumbs up because we had a good health score. Now let's boost that health score up to 6. So let's go with the worst possible scenarios here. So bad sleep just a little, drink a lot of caffeine, bad energy levels, sedentary. We get the loading screen again. And now we got recommended the energy boosting product. And this is how you can use the other operators. On the first one, I showed you the is highest. And for this one is more or equal to 6. So more than or equal to 6. Also use equal to 6. So you can have one results page for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, and so on. And you can also use between, which is the one I'm going to show you now. So going to our third and final example. And of course, these are simple examples, but you can mix and match points with other types of results. You can mix them with AI results. So each page has a different smart products prompt, or you can use them just for content, just for media. So as I was saying, you can really use points everywhere in your quiz. You're not just limited to the product results. And for our final example, we have here a liver health check. It's similar to the second example that we have one dimension, and each point added to your score means that your liver is getting worse and worse. So same thing, 5 different questions and with 4 different answers each, and each one gets progressively worse here for your liver. And the way that we set this up is that we only have one results page, one product block, but inside that product block, we have 3 different products, and the logic is set up on a product level now. So we can see here that we have the liver health basic for when your bad liver score is equal to or under 4. And then we have the liver health advanced for when your bad liver score is between 5 and 9. One thing about the between operator is that this is inclusive. So if you get 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, you get the liver health advanced. Let me turn off autosave. And same thing for the liver health hardcore. If you get over or equal 10 points, then you are shown the liver health hardcore. Let's test the quiz and see how it works. Let me refresh it. Turn off autosave, save, and let's preview the quiz. So let's get 0 points to see the product that we get. So our liver is very healthy. And we got the liver health basic because this is the one that is going to be recommended for everyone that got 4 or less than 4 points. And now let's get the second one. So to get the liver advanced, we need between 5 and 9. So let's aim for that number. So I'm going to get 2 points here, 2 points here, and 2 points here. We got 6. So that's between 5 and 9. And we got the second one, so the liver health advanced. Now let's do this again, but this time we're going to get over 10 points. So we're going to get the worst ones. And we got liver health hardcore, which is the strongest liver product here on our store. And yeah, this is basically it. Those are the 3 scenarios that we have here for this quiz, for this presentation that I wanted to show you. Now I'm going to go over all your questions. The first one, can you share some examples of how you've seen clients use this? Yes, in fact, I use this liver health example here based on a quiz that I saw that a client did. The way that they did the quiz was exactly like this. They had a liver health score, and depending on the tiers that you got the points, you would be shown different products. They actually added that on a results page level. So they had a results page for liver score A, so that was when it was between 0 and 10 points. Let's say that as an example. Then they had the results page B, because for when the clients had between 11 and 20 points, and so on. They had different tiers of liver health based on the results page. And inside those results page, they added the products manually. Okay, so now for the second question, can I display the amount of points someone got on the results title? So like this, if you go here on the title and you add the points here, yeah, we can do that. So let's copy the bad liver dimension here. And this should work. I'm going to save. Let's choose some random answers here. And there you go. We have the score 7 here. All we needed to do was to add the dimension name. It's not case sensitive, but you do need the underscore in case you are using it. So make sure that you always copy it from here. This way you ensure that it's the same. So you just need to put it in between brackets and it should work. It should be displayed at the end. Those are all the questions that we have for now. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm going to pass it to you, Beth.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. Thanks so much, Ariel, for showing us those 3 examples. Just one more thing I wanted to put in the chat. This is an example of...
Just a moment, Beth. We just had another question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So can you do more complicated quiz, like multiple health condition? Can you elaborate a bit more on what type of quiz that would be? You could add, let's say, a multiple health condition. You get like heart conditions, and you had a heart score, a liver score, and a stomach score. You can add all those 3 dimensions and then show the content based on how many points those 3 dimensions got. Let's say, for instance, you had a quiz where you want to diagnose the organ that is in the worst state for the customer. So you have heart, liver, and stomach, and you add all those 3 dimensions. And then as the customer answers the questions, they will be shown at the end. Let's say that they had the worst heart score. Then they'll be shown the heart products. Like, hey, you have a heart condition, you get the heart results page, and you need those heart supplements, and so on. And you would do the same for stomach and liver. I hope that this was what you asked, but feel free to ask again and give us more details. And thank you for your question.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just based what Ariel said, you can do a lot with these points quizzes with the dimensions that you want to showcase. And going back to the first question that was asked of some examples from clients, I know Ariel mentioned that these examples that he shared today were based off of what we've seen clients use, but I also put one in the chat as well that you guys can go and take live. It is a nail company, a nail polish company, and they have a new quiz that kind of gives you a ritual per se. So it's like a personality that they're assigning you based off of your answers, but they're also attaching specific products to it as well. So that's how the points quiz was designed. It's able to do those personality type quizzes where you might not necessarily want to showcase products per se, like the first example where it's like you're a fish or you're a dog or you're a cat. So that's where the points come into play. You don't have to assign any products. You can just assign a personality or assign someone's aura or like what their best time of day is for them or something like that. Keep that in mind as well. Like it doesn't always have to necessarily be with products as well. It can be just content based, which is where the points come into play. But yeah, in the chat is a live example for you guys to see that's built off points, and it goes both with both content and adding products as well.
Yeah, and if you have questions on how you could implement points in your quiz, if you don't know if points will work for your quiz, feel free to always reach out to customer support and we'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to put on the screen as well our slides from earlier, and we can go through, and you can absolutely email me. My email is right there on the screen, beth@octaneai.com, or you can use the chat support and talk to Ariel, and he will help you walk through your logic, and we will be happy to help you figure out if it's good for a points quiz setup or if it is better set up in a different way inside of Octane. And yeah, if anyone has any other questions outside of this, things pop up while you're playing around or you're deciding on the quiz that you want to build, again, email us, chat us. We're here to help. We're super excited for this feature and we want to see more quizzes go live. So yeah, let us know if you decide to use this. If you set a quiz live, we'd love to see it and we'd love to promote it on our end as well. So thanks so much everybody for joining and we'll see you next month at the next live demo.
Oh, Beth, sorry. Jessica just
One more question.
Her questions. What's your main health concern? And low energy, bad sleep quality, constipation, and then heart condition and ulcer. Yeah, that should work with the points quiz. If you have the first one and the second one, it all depends on how the generating a general questionnaire and recommending the products. Yeah, that should definitely be possible with the points quiz. You are free to set up how the dimensions are configured and how each answer should score how many points for each dimension. So it should definitely be possible, but don't hesitate to reach out to us at customer support and we can also help you figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have your general questionnaire, she asked another question. How about logic jump, female or male?
Yeah, you can have as I mentioned in the webinar, you can mix and match the points with the regular quiz logic. So let's say that you have a branching quiz and you have questions that are directed toward male clients and questions that are directed toward female clients. And the quiz branches depending on whether they're male or female. Inside those questions, you can add the dimensions. So you can have the same dimensions for both scenarios. So you just have liver and health or ulcer and heart, for example. And in those two dimensions, you add them in both the female and male answers. So regardless of whether they're male or female, they'll get the same dimension score. But you can also create a dimension specific for the gender. So let's say that you have male and female, and you have male liver and female heart. Then you can score those separately as well. And all right, I'm glad I was able to help. And we have a 14-day free trial. So once you first sign up for Octane, you get a 14-day free trial, and you can contact customer support during that period, and we'll be happy to help you.
Perfect. Yep. That was awesome. Thanks so much, Ariel, for answering all those questions. And thank you, Jessica, for asking all those questions. And like I said, if anyone else has any questions after this, we're around. So send us an email, shoot us a message on customer support. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the next live demo next month. Yeah, talk to you guys then.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.